What's up, guys? Tom Harold here with TomTom TV, and today we have a very awesome band here. It's Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers. Before we get into it, I just want to let you know that this event is going to be in support of their movement for the rehab tour that they're promoting. So occasionally I'm going to throw out the link. Go check it out after the show, and please support them. This is a free show for you, so if you like what you hear, you like what you see, hop on there and at least take a look at the video. We'll get into that more later on the show, but for right now, we're going to just start off with a song, and here we go with Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers.
All right, this song's called Unless It's You. Waking up early and I really don't care. Roll over, see your face and touch your hair. I'm with you. Oh, babe, I'm with you. Well, I don't want nobody unless it's you. Had a rough day and I'm feeling down. You have a way to turn my frown upside down. I need you. Oh, babe, I need you. Well, I don't want nobody unless it's you. 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 I don't want nobody unless it's you. Well, I don't want nobody unless it's you. Been there, done that, and you have too. Together we find new things that we can do. I'm with you. Oh, babe, I'm with you. I don't want nobody unless it's you. 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 Well, I don't want nobody unless it's you. I don't want nobody unless it's you. Oh, I don't want nobody unless it's you.
Awesome. It's weird doing this because there's nobody to clap, and I feel like if I clap by myself, it would be awkward. So Sean,
We need a soundboard.
we do, yeah. Oh, you know what? I totally have an SP5. I should do that. Get all the the TV sitcom sounds like woo. You know. Anyway, Sean, thank you for doing this. I know you're not feeling too great, and I appreciate you doing this anyway. If you don't mind, why don't you introduce your band to everybody, and why don't you tell them something that you like about them?
Cool.
Maybe it's their eyes, maybe it's the way they walk.
Well, on bass we got Jimmy, and he's just awesomely talented and really good technician and really cool. He's smart. He kind of.
There's no limit to this.
Anytime there's a crowd, you know, I'm like not sure about what song to play next. I always look at Jimmy and ask him. So he's kind of like in my eyes like the dad. I'm like, what do we do next? I don't know where we go from here. So, and then we got Brad on violin, and it's funny. Brad kind of Jimmy just brought Brad to a gig one time and just threw him in the mix, and it was so awesome the way it sounded. And I was like, just keep doing what you're doing. So he's got a really good ear for music and real smart. And
it fits in so well. Like when you add your effects and stuff, it just makes it just complete sound. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's tough when he's not around. It's like, oh man, what are we gonna do? Brad's not here, so we gotta fill in with like lead guitar or violin and kazoo and stuff like that. But Danny Sadler's on the drums back here, and Danny's really a hard worker.
Somewhere
man.
back here.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. He it's like a lot of gigs we have. If it's not a full band setup, it's a duo setup, and he's always showing up and working hard, man. So it's really grateful to be playing with a good group of guys.
Yeah, and thanks you guys for being here. I mean,
Thanks for having us.
I feel like if it was up to me, I'd just let you guys play for an hour. I mean, it sounds really good, and I'm so happy that this my first full band experience down here, and it's going extremely. I couldn't have asked to have a better, more professional group of guys doing that. So I appreciate y'all doing that. But anyway, so Sean, my question for you is, why the name? Why The Leftovers?
Well, it's funny because we recorded our first demo on East Street in Annapolis, where Jimmy lives, and we were walking out the door, headed to our second gig as a band, and at the time it was just a trio, and it was like flurrying outside. We're walking down the stairs. I'm like, "What do you guys think about The Leftovers?" Like Sean Hetrick and The Leftovers, and they're both like, "Yeah, cool." That was it.
Yeah. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, well, I was playing solo a lot, and then, they just kind of popped in, and we just started a band, and Sean Hetrick and The Leftovers, and then Brad came a little bit after that. So
It was funny because we've all played in, different bands together, too, so it kind of made sense. Like, me and Jimmy have been in different bands, me and Sean have. Jimmy and Brad have played together.
Oh, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
Yeah.
we're all just leftovers
Leftovers
of
from other
different
bands.
bands.
And we were all in the same band in, I think, 6th grade.
Oh, no, that can't count as a band. Oh, man.
Well, we should talk about that. What was it? Was it crunk rock?
Danny
Oh,
had
God, no.
Danny had an electric drum set that was like a small handheld unit, and that was
It's
just.
just-
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking
it
about.
was Blink-182 songs we were playing. Like
We thought we could do, what's that, Dynamite Hack?
Oh my god,
Oh, we thought we could do that. That didn't work.
come a long way since then.
Yeah.
Well, so I decided to really devote this show to your project, your rehab tour. So if you could just take a minute just to kind of tell everybody about what your motivation was behind that.
So the rehab tour is based on my recovery. I'm a recovering addict alcoholic, and I've been sober almost 4 years. And it's weird. There's a lot of people out there right now, and it's it's a taboo, drug addiction and alcoholism, and it's swept up under the rug a lot. And it's actually a really big deal, In our area, it's like a lot of overdoses happening, and around the country as well. It's real. So I'm trying to just, I like music, and I also want to keep my recovery strong. So I want to try to just travel with my music, and I want to inspire people through music to know there's another way. You don't have to get high. You don't have to stay drunk all the time. So it's weird. It's a dream I had to do to tour to rehabs, and it's kind of a thin line whether or not people having credentials to go into a rehab, to play music. The people I'm trying to get a hold of in the rehab, sometimes it's hard to get them to confirm a date, but we do have a couple in May where we're going to start off in Georgia in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I put together a GoFundMe to help us get the thing going, get a van, and I'm going to be giving free CDs with our music on it to people in the rehabs, and it's a journey, man. It's really wild. Like at first I was like, what am I doing? What is this whole thing about? But it's coming together, and it's cool, and I have a lot of supporters right now, and there's going to be some dates where it's just going to be me and Danny, and then when Jimmy and Brad can make it, they're going to be hitting us up on the tour too. So it's going to be a lot of in between dates too, where we're going to be doing other venues as well as rehab dates, and just work in progress, man. And it's all about trying to inspire people to, live another way of life.
Yeah, and when we did our video the other week, you were talking about you were talking about that to me, and it really struck a chord because alcoholism. There's a lot in my family, and I know a lot of people that have a lot of people that deal with that kind of thing, and I just feel like bringing music to someone as somebody who has survived and turned around completely to bring their music to people is an awesome idea, and it's not inexpensive. Because you need transportation, you need fuel, you got to get places. So like I said, take a look on the chat. I'm posting a link to his GoFundMe page. I'm going to keep plugging that. Didn't mean to take a downturn a little bit, a little depressing. But how about we just do
Got
another
real
tune?
on you there.
Yeah, this is our favorite cover here. We're gonna do it. It's,
It became our favorite cover.
yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I really like that version of it. I really like that rendition. Really cool. All right. So while you're tuning up, I wanted to ask everyone. Don't all answer at once. What got you started playing music? Are you playing the same instrument you started, and what was it that inspired you to start playing music?
Oh man, I'll start. I started in 3rd grade. I started on trumpet.
Ugh.
Believe it or not, yeah, right. And then I guess I decided I wasn't making enough noise, so I started playing drums in like the 4th or 5th grade, something like that. But I was on trumpet. My oldest sister, she used to play the snare and everything in school and whatnot, and I saw her doing it. I'm like, oh, that's what cool people do, play the drums. And next thing you know, I'm playing them, beating the crap out of them, and I've been playing them ever since. So
It's pretty true. I think you made a good choice.
yeah.
I mean, I enjoy trumpet, but when I was in college, I had to take a trumpet class because I had went to school for music ed, and I told my instructor I thought the trumpet was the devil's instrument because I can't stand the pain on my face and like
Yeah.
the numbness. I felt like I can't handle it. It's just too much. It's just too painful. I'd rather hold a stick and hit something.
Yeah, right.
What
Too
do you
many
play?
notes. I can play drums without thinking about keys and stuff, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I guess I started playing violin when I was in 5th grade. I had some friends who had violins, and I don't know, something about the first time I ever saw a violin. I don't even remember exactly. I think it was like at a symphony concert in a park or something. Somehow I remember that. And something about the violin just like drew me. I was like really interested. I liked the dynamic like visual of the playing of the instrument. I think more so than even the sound, but like just because you're sliding the bow and it's really expressive. I was also interested in like trombone because same reasons as a kid. And then I got into playing and I played mostly just classical music. That's how I got to know Jimmy. We met playing in Chesapeake Symphony Youth Orchestra here nearby Annapolis. So I did that in high school. And that's about all I thought I'd ever do with violin, but I ended up getting in with some friends of mine who played in bands and just thought like, hey, you know, like I had been on my own free time learning how to like training myself to like play by ear, just playing along with songs on the radio. And so yeah, I played with a band at the end of high school, and then same group of guys throughout college, and included Jimmy on a couple of those projects. And so we've stuck around together for several different projects, and this is the latest one.
I was going to ask, when did you start diving into the abyss of electronics?
Yeah, it's been a slow it was a lot of like trial. Like it was funny, like the first time I wanted to do that, I went to like a guitar center, and I was like, so I need to amplify my instrument somehow.
We can do that.
And
Say no more.
none of my like violin friends in symphony knew anything about amplification. It's not really something that you do much of, and so I didn't know anything about equipment. They recommended I get like an acoustic amp, so I did that. I got a pickup for my acoustic violin, and so I just had that for a little bit, and there were some like acoustic effects on the amp, like built-in delay. But you know, pretty quickly I was like, well, that sounds really cool. I want to try some pedals. So I'd go back to like the guitar store, but of course these are guitarists, so they're like handing me distortion pedals and wah pedals and all this stuff, and I'm trying out in the store. I'm like, I don't know if that's the sound I want to go with. So I've found that, you know, the sounds I like are, you know, more like spacey, you know, like a lot of reverb delay sound really good. Some phasing or modulation sounds good. But yeah, I'd try to stay away usually from like distortion or those sorts of effects I think sound better for guitar. Like it's like when I use those, I feel like I'm trying to make my violin sound like a guitar, and that seems to defeat the purpose. It's like, well, I should just learn how to play guitar then.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the pedals you've
But-
chosen suit your needs of what you're trying to
And
do.
then I've listened to other violinists who have used like effects. Jean-Luc Ponte is a jazz violinist who's did a lot of like jazz fusion stuff with effects, and so that sort of inspired some of my effects usage. And
Awesome.
I go on and on about it.
Yeah. How much
Thank
time
you.
you got?
Thank you. Yeah.
So I started playing piano in I think like kindergarten or something.
Wow.
But then in third grade, comes time to pick a instrument in the school, and I chose the bass solely because it was the biggest one. Like that, that 8-year-old Jimmy said, "I want to play the biggest instrument," and then I ended up really liking it. I used to have some rhythm issues with like when I was playing piano, and then my teacher noticed as soon as I started playing bass, the rhythm issues went away. It was like, and I realized like as I got older, I really appreciated the instrument. And I played electric in a lot of bands and stuff. And then I played the bass in all kinds of like youth symphonies and college park orchestras and stuff. But this is the first like rock group I've done with it. And it's been a lot of fun.
Do you find that this is your main thing? Like you do electric bass, but you upright as your go-to?
Yeah. I mean, I used to play electric in bands like full time, and it was fun. But it's really, I feel like the upright just gives like such a unique sound. It's something that people don't hear every day. So, we play something, some gig in Annapolis, and people kind of take a second look and listen to us a little more.
And like the visual effect. of
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Just
there's
is very
that too.
commanding, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
when you got a string section, it draws
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
attention.
We
totally.
keep saying
Yeah.
if we get another string instrument, we need a conductor.
Well, how about the conductor here?
Jeez, far from. I started with the snare drum, so it was good to have rhythm at an early age. But when I was like 5 or 6 or something, my parents, it was funny, they bought me guitars, but I really wasn't that interested. But they had been there growing up, so like anytime I'd be picking up a guitar, messing with it. But mainly I was into snare drum and the percussion section in the school bands, and then I picked up tuba. I was the same thing as Jimmy.
Really?
Like, I wanted
I want the big one.
I wanted the biggest instrument.
I remember that now. I used to
Yes.
walk around with that thing all the time.
Yeah, so it was cool though because I. Yeah, walking to and from school was not cool carrying the
No,
biggest instrument
no.
though. But we did it was cool. We traveled a lot with the band and went to like Gatlinburg and Myrtle Beach and stuff, and did concerts with the school band, and that was pretty cool being a part of that. But
Did you ever do marching? Did you
no,
ever do
I
marching?
didn't do marching.
I was in a drumline.
Oh yeah, me
Yeah.
too. What did you do?
I started on cymbals, and then I worked to bass line.
Awesome. Bassline is really the most underrated of all.
Oh,
Because I mean, what you have to do.
yeah, it's,
I could get into that.
oh,
I guess
God.
that's a whole separate.
yeah.
We don't want to
We'll
bore,
talk
bore
later about
everybody
that.
with drum.
We did a
stuff.
5.
Yeah.
We had a 5 bass line.
Were you 5?
I started on 5 because I was
That's
the,
a
I was
backbreaker.
the tallest, biggest.
Yeah.
I was the one who actually played a sport. I wasn't just a band geek. So like, I'll give him the heavy one. And then after that, I did a bass 3, and man, it's so much fun. Just I miss that stuff.
All right, that's awesome. I'm going to throw out one more question, and we'll do another song. So you guys were talking about this. I want to ask it because you guys had some good answers. So I want to just throw it out there. Worst gig you've ever
Oh,
played?
this one.
I think we have adequate preparation on this one.
You go ahead, Jimmy. Jimmy, what do you think, man?
I was having a lot of trouble deciding, but I think my worst gig was like with the band a while ago, and we were a little bit louder. We played at Velvet Lounge in D.C., and we were on the louder side, and the other bands were just soloists, very quiet. And downstairs was a poetry reading, and we played, and people did not like us at all. And then my friends were a lot louder than the other people at the place, and
What band was that with?
that was with Curbside Manor.
That was Curbside.
But
Curbside banner?
yeah, we did a Velvet Lounge gig, yeah, and but it was just so
Lucky
awkward
you.
because you had to get to like you had to go downstairs and like cut through this poetry reading, and it was like you could just hear a pin drop go through. It was
gentle
just a
flower
strange
The
gig.
rosy fingered
Yeah.
dawn.
Yeah.
Me, I am the sword. The sword is I. And
All right, Brad, what do you got?
I was trying to decide what to go with. Yeah, I guess the worst one was yeah, yeah, I'll let you go first.
So I used to be in
there's
this
just
band
so many.
called Vista Saints, and it was the second band I was in, or third, or something like that. But it was awesome, man. I loved the band. But we played this one show in like Upper Marlboro, and it was so hot. It was like 110 degrees, and it was like ridiculously hot. And at the time I was drinking, and I was drinking a lot. So it's hot as hell, and I'm like 3 sheets to the wind, sweating like horribly. And I'm playing outside. There's no tent on us. And it's just like, I feel like I'm playing in the desert. It was so hot. And I was dripping sweat. And it came to a point where I started getting shocked by the microphone and my guitar. And I'm just like, God, please. And I don't, it was a long time ago. But after listening to everybody, I kind of found that one, like, just, God, please be done. I think we might only play like 6 songs, and we were supposed to play an hour and a half set, because I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's so damn hot.
Yeah, for me, it's when like you're playing a bad gig and the minutes feel like hours, and you're just like, I want this to end so bad.
When's it over?
I can't wait to go home and put my shit downstairs. Oh, I swore. That's okay. You can swear a little bit. But anyway, that's for me.
So I think I wanted to say that for me, the worst gigs were always at the jetty over across the bridge. They were also the best gigs. So it was kind of combined. It was just yeah, they were total shit shows. So yeah, that was. I remember the one time there was some chick having sex with a dude across the water on a bench.
That's kind of
Jimmy
cool,
knows
actually. Let's set the tempo.
Yeah, and then
This is in the middle of the day.
yeah. So we're
Damn. That dude's a-
we started playing Marvin Gaye, "Let's Get It On,"
Oh, no.
and no one was looking at us. Everyone was looking the other direction at this couple over
That
on
sounds
the bench.
perfect.
And then the cops showed up and wrote this like couple of citation or something, and then they came back into the bar
Nothing happened.
like nothing happened, except she was wearing a bright red dress, so she stood out, and she was just crying, like sobbing tears. And then by the end of the night, she was going crazy. She was like jumping up and down, listening to the band. We're all just like staring at her.
Who are
Like,
these people?
they're called Jetty Girls. That's what I call them.
Jetty girls.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, I have my turn. I guess it's the one I was talking about earlier. It was a place in D.C. We played, a band had hit us up. We played some random show with them. They wanted us to play for them. We did. We show up. Such like a dive area. Like there was no one running the show. No one was giving us any info, anything. We show up. My buddies were playing in the band before us. They played, killed it. We didn't know what our set list was, so we planned for like an hour because no one told us no. When it turns out we played 30 minutes too long, but no one tried to stop us because like no one's running the show, and I ended up drinking a little too much. I started making fun of because my buddies were in the first band. I started making fun of them. I made fun of us, and I made fun of the last band. It was a punk rock band, and then I was playing heavy rock and roll, so I called us drunk rock, and then the last band advertised themselves as crunk rock. So I'm like, all right, you had your punk rock, here's your drunk rock, and here comes that crunk rock. You know,
He wasn't even making fun of them. He was
Yeah.
just referencing them, and they took it to offense.
Yeah. So they took it as a joke, and they weren't happy with us after the show. So, yeah.
Well, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
All
right.
those sound terrible. So let's do another song then.
All right, yeah. So this next song's another original song called "Rusted." You can make your own. You can use somebody else's. You can go around. You can move right on through the way that we have trusted, way that we have known, way that we have trusted, in the way that we will go. I see it now. I saw it then. I'll figure it out. You're still my friend. You're still my friend. My friend. For that room, all on my own. I won't go back. It's left my soul old and rusted. The way that we have trusted, the way that we have known, the way that we have trusted, and the way that we will go. I see it now. I saw it then. I'll figure it out. You're still my friend. You're still my friend. My friend. Way that we have trusted, in the way that we have known, way that we have trusted, in the way that we will grow. I see it now. I saw it then. I'll figure it out. You're still my friend. You're still my friend. My friend.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So weird playing plugged in like this because we're usually always playing live and like.
Never hear ourselves.
Well, I think it's going. I think it's coming through pretty good. All right. Which question here?
You can always yell through the mic. Shut the hell up. Oh, yes, sir.
So, Sean, how old were you when you wrote your very first song ever?
I'm thinking like 14 or 15 or something like that.
Do you remember the song?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Oh my gosh, it was weird. It was like a blues song.
Which one?
It's called As Time Goes On. And then there was another song that was so freaky weird. I was in a band called ADL. And it was like talking, the lyrics were like, she must be some crazy creation because she's from a space station, and like weird, man. It was really weird.
It's so funny. You could mention any song, Sean. I grew up down the street from him, so any one of his first songs, like, oh yeah, I'll remember that one. I wasn't in that band though. What was that? Cole? Cole was in that with you, right?
Yeah, Cole Schneider is in Florida now.
Ooh man.
And Phil
Hi, Cole.
Stower, Austin Presley. They were playing bass.
Oh, Austin, that's right.
But
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Well, on that same line, what is your creative process tend to be, or do you have a specific process when it comes to creating a song? Is it
No,
like
that-
lyrics come to your mind, or you come up
it
with
varies.
a melody?
It varies,
varies,
and it's like
mhm.
seasons too, man. It comes
Mhm.
and it goes, you know. So, and when I like really try to write a song, sometimes it doesn't turn out too well. But when I
Kind
when I
of
just
shows
kind of
up.
let it, when I just let it come to me, then it's just like. But sometimes, you know, a lot of times I come up with a melody and a riff or something like that, and I go off that. And but there are some times where I'll have like, there's notes all over my office and my home studio where I'll.
What do you usually like? You have like post-its everywhere? You can do like little sticky notes?
There's like a whole bunch of different notepads that I have with like half songs in it, and sometimes I'll go back to it and I'll finish the song if I find a riff. And one of the songs I wrote, I had the lyrics, and I was about to go to bed, and I had the lyrics for the song, and I had the melody and everything, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna forget this one, and I like wrote it down real quick, and kind of, you know, it's like I started with the lyrics on that one, but sometimes it start with the music, and it varies. It's tough though, because I'm like, you know, we play songs, and I'm like, man, we gotta put together a new, you know, we gotta put together an album here and get some songs. But when I try to pressure it, then it just doesn't come out right, you know. But when I just let it come to me, it comes to me. And there's a couple new songs we're working on now that are sounding pretty good. And I'm my #1 critic, so I'm like, God, I'll be like, no one will ever hear this, or this one I can't wait for people to
In
hear.
some ways, it's healthy
Yeah.
to have that. You know, you need to fight, but you need to learn how to fight yourself. I guess sometimes. So for everybody, what was the best experiences you've had as far as recording music, as like a studio that you've worked at that you've found to be just kind of your favorite place to have created music? I'm not trying to say venue, but if you've done recordings
Yeah.
of any positive experience you've had doing that.
I've recorded in a lot of different places. A lot of recordings with Jimmy there, a couple with Sean, and some other bands I was in. I think the most fun I had recording is actually when we did just like our demo. We just recorded it ourselves in Jimmy's house. And then we did a second session in his parents' house when they were gone.
Oh, oops! Nothing.
No,
Don't-
Yeah, we have recorded.
oh, sorry, Jim.
We recorded in a lot of different places, but I think one of the best times were when there was no pressure. We weren't paying anybody.
Yes, you're not on the clock.
Yeah, and we were just kind of hanging out. Like, we ordered pizza, and we were just kind of just bullshitting and recording. And Jimmy had a good program and interface, and we were just kind of plugged in and just went with it. And yeah.
It seems just easier and easier to get that type of sound, and, that you can just do it yourself.
Yeah.
And it is like you dump money into studios and you feel like, oh my god, I get this track right because I can't afford another hour in here.
Yeah, and I've gotten I've got some great results at good studios like Hudson Street Sound. That was absolutely amazing, and they're like really top notch. But I mean, there's something about just doing the home recording where our quality is nowhere near theirs, but it's just like if a tambourine.
You got someone
Like
The reach is excellent with that.
It's a versatile tool he's got there.
But just
Yeah.
just recording on our own, you get that luxury of time where if the snare doesn't sound right, we can my friend down the street has a snare, and we start pulling, and we could start experimenting where, like you say, if you're in a studio, it's you're paying.
Yeah. I liked what we did. We just went from room to room in your house, and it's like, what's going to sound best? We played to the room, not just try to alter what we had.
We would take different mics, and we would put 4 mics around Dan's tambourine and go in 4 different rooms of the house and record it. Then we go back and wait, that take sounds really good. Which one was that? Oh man, I forgot the label.
Which room? We didn't label the room. Yeah.
I was playing in a studio one time, and the guy had a microphone. He had a microphone set up in the bathroom upstairs around the hallway. He had a really nice studio, but he liked to have that whatever came out of the studio into the bathroom resonant sound.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't wasn't thinking about it, and I went in there and took a piss, and I still have the track of my buddy recording. He's like, and when I, like, what the? It's one of my cherished memories of that. But so you said you guys have one album, or how many albums do you have?
Yeah, right now we have an EP. It's got 5 songs on it, and
Yeah, those first 2 we played were the ones we did ourselves.
And where
Unless it's you and
where can people
Rusted.
pick that up?
we have it on Bandcamp right now. It's kind of like a name your price thing. Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers at Bandcamp. It's also at the link is on our Facebook website.
Mhm.
So Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers at Facebook.
Yeah, we're gonna drop that new one on there. Well, it's just the updated version of it on it soon.
Okay, I'm gonna drop that in here really quick.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's bandcamp.com/Sean Hetrick and the Leftovers.
Hmm.
Name your price. And yeah, like we're working on a couple new songs now, so we're probably gonna put another EP out and just
Just
steady
do the
working.
same thing. Order a
Yeah.
couple pizzas.
The
Get
guy,
at someone's house. Figure it out.
the guy that I did that recording with is watching it. He's
Oh,
like,
it's not.
I remember that.
Oh, the piss track.
I
That's
still
right.
have that recording. Send it to me. Okay, awesome. So let's do another one. Yes.
All right, yeah. This next tune's called "When I Get Home." It's also on the EP we have available.
We'll plug it.
I wanna feel it all before it comes undone. I wanna see it all while I'm still having fun. Now I'll tell you all about it when I get home. I want you to stop and listen. Listen while you talk. I'd like to hear about the ways of your world while we walk. You can tell me more about it when I get home. Well, I've been sitting here patient for a while now, and I've been told to take it easy, but I'm asking now. I'll take a look at my life daily, and I'm thinking, wow, and I will tell you all about it when I get home. When I get home. When I get home. When I get home. Take it away, Brad. I like to see your face, day in and day out, anytime, any place. Ooh, I just can't figure you out. Now I'll tell you all about it when I get home. Well, I've been sitting here patient for a while now, and I've been told to take it easy, but I'm asking now. I'll take a look at my life daily, and I'm thinking, wow. Now I'll tell you all about it when I get home. Thank you.
Ooh,
See,
hey, thank you all.
got a wife clap. That's good. Let's get back on the screen. So many mice I'm working with here. All right, so we've already trashed the jetty. So let's talk about your favorite place to play in Annapolis that you would recommend someone go to check out a show that you've played that you enjoy the most.
I think as a band, it had to be Harvest Wood Grill and Tap on Market Street in Annapolis, Maryland, because that's where we got really started, and they show us a lot of love there, and we usually get a really good turnout there, so it's really cool to play there and get constant exposure with new people. And I guess there's a lot of people in from out of town down there, like tourist attractions. So
Is that like the farm to table place?
Yeah.
I've never eaten there before. It's good food.
yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
food's good. They have a wood grill upstairs.
Craft beers.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like the downstairs when we play is like they treat it like a tap room. They got all these taps, all like delicious crafted beers, like all that stuff. It's cool right there, downtown Inner Harbor, Annapolis. It's a fun spot.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I also like that it's like the kind of bar that people come in and they actually want to listen to the band, play, and they get up and dance and have fun, but it's not just people that are completely smashed,
Oh, yeah,
shit-faced
like-
type of thing.
Or
Like that,
totally
just go in there.
uninterested.
DJ's blasting it loud and
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's
so
like
dark
one
you can
block
barely
from
see.
my house, or
That's even better.
yeah, he walks the.
Yeah, definitely a place that attracts a certain type of person is very important.
Mhm.
The type of people that come in
Yeah.
really it doesn't matter what walls you're in. What people are attracted to being there.
Yeah, it's always like people just looking to have fun, you know. It shows because either they're dancing, they're hooting and hollering, or
Mm-hmm.
We also play at Blackwall Hitch, and the one in Alexandria is really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a cool spot.
There's a few of them though. They're all pretty cool, but I think our favorite is Alexandria, Virginia. It's really hopping spot and cool little stage. Feels like it's like a jazz club almost like that. It's really cool
Yeah.
playing there.
I have to check that out. Never
Yeah,
been there before.
the Rehoboth one on that main strip's really cool too, right there.
By the
Should-
beach.
Rehoboth Beach?
Yeah, Rehoboth Beach, is like right there on First Avenue or whatever it is.
I love Rehoboth
Yeah,
Beach. I have to
they
check
got-
that out next time I go.
So they got it's basically windows for front walls, but they open them up, so we're basically playing out on outside, right near the sidewalk and stuff. People.
At one time we were there, this guy came in. We're playing, the doors are open. Jimmy's halfway outside, halfway inside, and this guy came in and slipped Jimmy a couple dollars in his back pocket. And he's like, smiling, like, what just happened, dude?
Is that sexual harassment?
I don't
Is he
know.
did he do a little goose in
He
it?
gave him a little wink and was like, hey, bass. Hey, bass, man.
Nice job with that, bass.
Way to slap.
That was
thing,
offensive.
man. Yes.
Wow, that has to be a weird experience.
It was fun,
Well, I was thinking maybe we just do. Do you guys have a couple more? Do you want to just do one?
though. Yeah, one more would be good. Yeah.
Okay, why don't we just do one more tune, and then we'll just pitch the tour a little bit, and then we'll be done.
Cool. What do you guys want to do? You want to do making or how did I get here?
Interesting.
Oh, I like How Did I Get Here? Can you do that one?
Yeah.
So this next song is called How Did I Get Here? It's also on our EP,
Y'all
Bing.
gravy train.
bandcamp.com
Wow.
/ Sean Hetrick and the
Two.
Vista Sings.
One.
Sean Hetrick
two,
and the Leftovers.
3, 4.
If they were all to me, well, I would probably be dead. That's the coward's way out, my Uncle Quinny said. Lord, can't you see what I've done to me? Dancing on a dream, got a pocket of gold, but it's not what it seems. It's getting mighty old. Lord, can't you see what I've done to me? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here? Somehow I settled down, got a beautiful wife, even a couple of kids, and we live a happy life. Lord, can't you see what I've done to me? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here? How did I get here? Dancing on a dream, I got a pocket of gold, but it's not what it seems. It's getting mighty old. Lord, can't you see what I've done to me? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here? How did I get here? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here? Oh, Lord, I need to know, how did I get here?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Somebody likes it. Everybody
Someone out
likes
there,
it.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
Hopefully, you
having
can
us.
do it again. I mean, I know it's a non-paying thing, but it's fun, and
Yeah.
you know, I really appreciate y'all doing it. It was amazing just being the only person getting to experience. You know, no, I mean not. I mean here in person, not out there. There's people watching definitely. But don't
Yeah.
forget the rehab tour. I've included the link in the chat and also to the Bandcamp page. Make sure you buy an album, donate some money to this awesome cause. Thank you guys again, and we hope you guys have a good night. This is Tom Harrell with TomTom TV Live signing off.
Thank you.
See ya.